Initiating the omoplata. When I have Stefan and I'm pulling him in and I'm going for a lapel choke, sometimes you'll see the arm on the ground. When the arm is on the ground, this is the trigger point to be able to go for that omoplata. The initial movement is for me to bring my hand out, so I grab the elbow and then I'm bringing my hip out like this. From here, I'm going to bring my head away, and then I go and I continue on to grab on and clutch onto the elbow. The reason why we want to grab the elbow is so that way as my hip starts to rotate and turn and bring my hip up, I'm bringing Stefan's hand up. His forearm is the lever that I'm trying to attack. It is born from my hand pulling down and my hip coming up onto his hand. Bringing my head away, I continue to turn, so that way I'm continuously heavy on his back. There's two levers being attacked here. The first lever is my hip against his hand and my hand against the elbow, so I'm attacking the forearm. The second lever is the spine. I need to go and not only keep Stefan's head down, but at this stage, I need to keep his hip down. From here, keeping my hip off the ground to employ greater weight into his head, I transition my foot over the face, and then as quickly as I can, I want to transition up into a seated position, walking my hips away, and then coming up in order to tap Stefan out. Done quickly from the closed guard, initiating everything with a collar control. I'm pulling Stefan down as if I'm initiating the collar, but his hand is on the ground, so then we are looking to go and transition into an omoplata. Once we have the elbow out, the hand up, and we have a strong 90-degree bend in the elbow and also through the shoulder. That's the key thing when hitting an omoplata from the closed guard. Controlling Stefan once he's stood up in my open guard. I have the double sleeve grip here. I'm going to sit up, and then I'm lucky enough to be able to strip these grips. With my foot on his bicep, we're going to go and look to attack the arm. I can't attack the arm until his head is lower than his hips. If his hips are low and his head is high, this will not work. We need to turn the frame that Stefan has for his spine into a lever by kicking him back and making his head lower than his hips. Now that we have this, my hand punches his hand down, and then I'm heavy over top of his shoulder blade with my knee, starting to go for the omoplata from here. Note how there's two levers at play. The very first lever is his spine. Instead of a frame, it is a lever for my benefit. The second lever is Stefan's forearm. We need to ensure that there's constant pressure down on the elbow and high on the wrist. And also ensuring a 90-degree bend in the shoulder and also in the elbow. Once we have that established, we're going to go transition into a seated position, walking my feet away up to the stage where I can start to kneel up and then finish Stefan. Can we do that again, please, Stefan? From a standing position, we have double sleeve control, rocking Stefan back, and then looking to go and manipulate Stefan's position so that way his head is down and his hips are up. I'm elevating my hip, transitioning into an omoplata by ensuring his hand is far away from his hip, ensuring that there's a 90-degree bend in his elbow and into his shoulder, so that way we have maximum leverage to that joint.